Hey YouTube. So it's Tuesday, and I just have to say, first of all, that my regularly scheduled stuff is like all backed up. I was looking through my DVR, and I saw Mad Men yesterday, and I had totally forgot about it on Sunday. So by the time I saw it on my DVR, and after I finished watching the movie that I'm going to talk about, I was way too tired to watch it. So expect Newlyweds, Mad Men, and R&B Divas tomorrow because I recorded it and I didn't edit it and I didn't upload it. So expect those tomorrow. But today, what I want to talk about is the HBO Steven Soderbergh movie Behind the Candelabra with Michael Douglas and Matt Damon, which was a biopic on. Well, it was really a biopic on Scott Thorsten, but mainly about his relationship with Liberace. The movie was pretty interesting. I have to say that I was really excited to watch it, although I kind of had expectations of it being a certain way. I kind of thought it was going to be like expected it to be sort of like Boogie Nights, where it was, you take a little bumpkin and introduce him to money and fame and drugs and just watch the spiral down. And with a little bit of over the top campiness like Showgirls. It wasn't too far off of that description, but it really wasn't as dark as I was expecting it. And I was kind of surprised about how I felt about certain things. It was a good movie. I will say that Matt Damon did a great job. I thought Michael Douglas did a good job. No frame of reference, really, because I don't really know too much about Liberace. One thing I kept wondering in the movie was, is that how Liberace walked, or is that just Michael Douglas's walk? But let's go through it. Basically, it started out with Scott Thorsten, who is played by Matt Damon. He, a kid with a troubled past, living with his foster parents, working with animals, and he meets this Bob fellow who, I'm not sure, I didn't check the credits, but it looked like Scott Bakula. And I always thought Scott Bakula was so cute. And he looked good, if that was him. Anyway, somehow this Bob person is in with Liberace. I don't think that was ever explained. And of course, Liberace sees cute little Matt Damon, and he swoops him up. He, gets him to his house on the pretense of, I need some medical care, some veterinarian care for my dog. And basically he offers him a job. Matt Damon, the Scott character, is not stupid. He knows what he really wants, and he decides that he's going to go ahead and become his kept boy. Things are fine. Liberace's houseboy kind of gets under Scott's skin, and Scott decides that he wants to leave, but Liberace convinces him that he needs him, and eventually that houseboy is fired, and Matt Damon's the only boy up in the house. Scott is the only boy up in the house. 2 years down the road, they're still together. They seem really comfortable with each other. They're, fat and comfortable. And then Liberace sees himself on TV and decides he needs some plastic surgery. But not only is he getting plastic surgery, he wants Scott to get plastic surgery to look more like him, which I thought was weird. And I thought it was weird that Scott did it. But apparently he was in love. They were in love with each other. And that's a sense that I didn't think that I was going to get. It did seem like they were in love with each other. Anywho, so, Scott was basically doing anything to make him happy and got addicted to drugs, and, it's a good movie. I think, pretty much you are going to see what you expect. But like I said, the surprising thing to me was that it did seem like they were sort of in a loving relationship, and a lot of stuff didn't seem so harsh to me. Like even the plastic surgery, he loved him, and whatever. If he's willing to do it, then whatever. But eventually, Liberace wants to trade up, and he finds this dancer that he's all into. And this is where Liberace got kind of fucked up. Now, I also have to say that I expected this movie to be sort of like, since it was based on Scott's book, I kind of expected it to be like, look how bad Liberace treated me and I was a victim. But I was glad that it didn't so much play out like that. For instance, Liberace didn't necessarily force him to get the plastic surgery. He didn't force him to go on drugs. And actually, Liberace was the one who was like, you need to get off of that stuff because it's not good for you. Basically, he was introduced to the drugs as a California diet to lose weight. And then he got hooked on them because the plastic surgeon, who was played by Rob Lowe so creepily, but basically he kept him hooked. How it started to get fucked up on Liberace's part was, first of all, he introduced the idea of seeing other people, and Scott was fine with it, but apparently he reneged on that when he thought that Scott was actually seeing other people, but it was okay for him to see other people, right? And then, Liberace was just like, okay, when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. They, had him escorted out the house. It was an ordeal, but I have to say that, if this guy was on drugs, and it might not have stressed how far he really was on drugs, maybe Liberace was just tired of being with a junkie, and it wasn't necessarily the trading up thing, or I need somebody younger, although it did seem like that, because at the beginning, when Scott was coming in, he had Billy, who was transitioning out, and you got the sense that this was a regular thing. But anyway, he was escorted out, and Scott tried to sue, but it didn't work out in his favor. He basically got $75,000 in like clothes, and that was it. So I don't know. I don't know why I have such difficulty with these movie reviews on here, and I'm still going to try to get a Star Trek review up, but I probably shouldn't really talk about the plot, because overall I thought the movie was really, really, really intriguing, really good, kept me guessing, and it was very, very beautifully shot. Now, the internet and stuff, they were advertising, oh, Matt Damon in a Speedo, but what you don't know is that you get a lot of Matt Damon's bare butt, which I don't think I've ever seen his bare butt in a movie, and I've always checked for his butt, like in movies. You see it in the jeans and in the slacks and stuff, and you're like, oh, Matt Damon looks like he has a nice booty. Very nice in the movie. He had a tan line and stuff. It was really cute. However, I don't know. The butt shots were so weirdly placed. Like, some of them were like really far away. Some of them were really close, that it made you think that maybe he had a butt double. I don't know. But it was a nice butt. The movie was good. I mean, the acting was good. I really liked Michael Douglas in it. And Matt Damon was good. It really was. He did kind of turn into... You guys, I suck at movie reviews, so I'm just going to cut this one out. The movie was good. If you get a chance to see it on HBO, it was a really good job. Well written, well directed. Imagery was beautiful. The costumes were great. The acting was good. You got to see a lot of... Dan Aykroyd was in it. Rob Lowe, like I said, played the creepy plastic surgeon, drug pusher. There was somebody else, Scott Bakula, and then there was... Who was that? There was somebody else that was of note, but, yeah. Good movie. I recommend it, and I give it probably like an 8 out of 10. Yeah. Okay, I'm done talking, so bye.